But moving on, of course, we do have a film review. And let me just say, I'm welcoming back the one and only Zarif Alam.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing great, thank you. What about you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah.
It's been a bit of a busy week, but I guess we're back.
Same here, same here.
Now, Zarif was on the show not 2 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. Okay, so I saw Zarif and I thought, you know what? He's the right guy for the film review. And today he's going to give us, what, it's 2 films?
2 films, yeah.
Two film reviews, okay, fine. Give me the first one.
Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
Okay, I haven't watched Harry Potter, so you're going to have to tell me a bit more
It's
about
okay,
it.
yeah. I will guide you through it.
Okay.
A run through of the series, first of all.
Okay, run through the series, but don't give a spoiler.
Yeah, of course not. Spoiler-free zone here, spoiler-free zone. So I think Harry Potter as a story, as a series, is about sort of a boy dealing with the pressure of society of the prophecies he's been given about himself.
Okay.
I think, in a way, you can interpret it as a coming-of-age story. I think it is much more complex than that. There's tragic elements, dealing with death and dealing with loss of loved ones, dealing with the pressure of responsibility and dreams and, you know, relationships. There's a lot to it, definitely, 100%, a lot to Harry Potter as a series.
And what's the actual movie about? The one that I think, was it the
Prisoner of Azkaban?
Yeah. What's that about?
Well, it's in the title. It's about the Prisoner of Azkaban, and keeping it as spoiler-free as possible. The Prisoner of Azkaban escaped, and allegedly he is after Harry's life. So, yeah, it is quite a whimsical story, but quite heavy as well. You know, Harry having to deal with school and a murderer on the loose. Busy child, rather.
How old was he at the time?
Well, if he was 11 during the first movie, third movie, approximately 13, I believe. He should be.
So a very
he
young
is young,
teenager.
yeah.
Okay, fine.
Quite young.
So is it something that do I need to watch all the other movies before I watch this?
I think
series?
definitely with any series, really. But there are some series where you can kind of just like jump into it and, you know, sort of binge it. Avengers, you know, Marvel. But I do believe with Harry Potter, though, given the sort of linear nature of it, you should definitely, you know, start from movie 1 and go onwards from there.
Fine. And what did you like most about this movie?
I think sort of following the life of Harry. I think the thing with Prisoner of Azkaban and Harry Potter in general, it is you feel like you grow up with Harry, really.
Right.
And especially me, because I began, you know, consuming the media, consuming the books and the movies when I was around his age. So I kind of felt like I was growing up with Harry, right? Nice. I think that is part of the charm. But this movie specifically, I feel like it sets more darker tones for the rest of the series. The first 2 movies are quite, you know, whimsical, quite light-hearted. But now suddenly it becomes very dark, very gritty, you know, murderer, chaos. Ooh. Yeah.
Fair enough. And what's the second movie about?
The second movie, Chamber of Secrets, it's about, like I said, very whimsical, a secret chamber underneath Hogwarts Wizard School, you know. It's about a story about lineage, really.
Okay.
About Harry having to deal with who he is and whether he feels like he's confident in where he's been placed into the school. So the way it works with Harry Potter, there's 4 houses. He feels like he doesn't deserve to be in the house he is right now because of things he can do, abilities he has. No spoilers, trying to keep it spoiler-free. But essentially it is about, you know, thinking about whether you fit in your own skin.
Right.
I believe that is what the second movie is about at large.
Fine. Okay, so each story, I guess each movie is connected to the one before
previous,
it. And obviously the one after that as well. Okay, fine. And so how much would you rate it out of a 10?
Out of a 10?
Yep.
Okay, I'll be honest here. I think the books are much better than the movies. However, I'd still say the movies are like an 8, 9.
Okay.
I still think they're a great watch, but I'd recommend if someone is trying to get into the series, start with the books, get that baseline down, and then consume the movies. Okay,
perfect, fine. And then you have a second movie for us, which is, was it Flow?
Flow,
okay, fine. Well, what's Flow about?
A very interesting piece, completely different to Harry Potter. If Harry Potter's, you know, adrenaline, fun, you know, adventure, Flow is very minimalistic. That is what the director is known for. He's known for minimalistic movies and sort of more movies about spirituality almost. I would say Flow is a very spiritual movie. If you want to class its genre, I would say it's about, you know, connection and connecting with nature, connecting with spiritualism as well, I'd say.
Okay, fine. And what about it makes it unique to other movies?
I think the most unique thing about Flow, well, there's quite a few things.
Of course.
But one of the most unique things about Flow is that there is no dialogue. It's all animals. There's no human characters involved. It's all visual. There's no spoken words. You can't just leave at the back, do some work. You have to actually...
Guilty!
You have to delve into the story.
Right, okay, fine. And what would you say you liked most about the movie?
I think, as someone that enjoys, you know, religious, like, sort of metaphors or spiritualism, not just Islamic, but just in general. I like to learn about different cultures. The idea of flow as a sort of retelling of Noah's Ark, if for those that don't know, Noah's Ark, Nuh alayhi salam, the idea of a massive boat to save a few humans and animals from the flood, a cataclysmic flood actually. I feel like the retelling of a story that humans have told for centuries, millennia even, I think that is quite an interesting part of it really. You know, connecting, in a way you connect with your ancestors, you connect with the stories that they've heard. And I think that is what film is about. It's about stories and, you know, telling these interesting tales, and I think that's what makes flow so great, honestly.
Fair enough. Okay, and how much would you rate it out of a 10?
Honestly, okay, with flow, I would say it very much depends on what kind of person you are.
Right.
If you don't think you can sit for like 95 minutes and delve into the story, you know, no distractions, I would rate it a 3. But if you're able to focus and, you know, sort of be one with the story, I'd rate it 10 easy.
10,
yeah.
Fine.
In fact, it's quite historic because the Golden Globe Awards, it's the first animated movie to win the Best Animated Movie of the Year.
Oh, wow.
That's not Disney or DreamWorks or some other big producer, an independent studio.
Okay, amazing. And what would you say sets it apart from, let's say, other sort of animated movies you've watched?
I think it's the maturity. I think there's this sort of almost a stigma that anything animated must be for kids. And obviously Flow isn't like mature in its themes or anything, but I wouldn't say it's for kids in the sense that a child wouldn't be able to, you know, push themselves, no dialogue, very minimal music, push themselves through that 95 minutes. I think Flow, what sets it apart from other animated movies, especially in the mainstream media, is that it is very much made for a more mature mindset. You to watch it, you have to actually have this sort of understanding of what you're getting yourself into, you know, deeper ideas, deeper themes, reading between the lines. I think that is what makes Flow very, very unique from other animated movies.
Okay, amazing. Well, thank you for that film review. Really appreciate it.
Okay.
But going back to the show, what did you like the most about today's show? What did you learn, if anything?
As you said, Superwoman, genuinely, that was an incredible story. It was very inspiring. I think if there's one main takeaway that I want my Bengali sisters to take away from that story, regardless of whether you're Muslim or Hindu or whatever you are, I think you should be inspired by what she's done. It is genuinely incredible how she's pushed through hardship, how she's pushed through everything, and she's genuinely an amazing woman, amazing.
See, I love that I've given a title, but it is Hasina Mumtaz. But, you know, thank you so much for being on the show today. I really appreciate it.